Hello friends, welcome. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And the people who don't know me, this is Arijit Bishwas. I'm a makeup artist and I upload every day in week. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you're old, then welcome back. So today I'm going to teach something that is how to cover your dark circles. But before that, kindly subscribe to my channel because I upload every day in week, and I'll be able to, like, if you have any concerns, let me know in the comment section and I will be helping you with that. So let's get started without any further delay. So when talking about dark circles and under eye bags, puffiness, it's a huge issue, and nowadays it's not uncommon in youth, and few people really want to camouflage it. And there are a few easy ways, but before that, let's come into how they are caused or what is the reason behind them. Lack of sleep, stress, smoking, excessive tea and coffee are the few reasons, and sometimes there are hereditary reasons as well. And this is coming to skincare, that's a completely different vast area, but right now we are dealing it with dark circles with makeup. Like, I'm going to teach how to cover them up with makeup. So let's get started. And the first important thing is that using any firming eye cream is really important, and there are eye creams designed and that are dedicated to as per your concerns. Today let's start. The under eye cream that I will be using today is Anew by Avon. It comes with, it has a firming under eye cream beneath, and it has a like brightener in the top section which you can use in the daytime. Actually, this you can use both during night and day. So to begin with, I will be let me tell you that I have foundation on my face, but I haven't covered my under eyes, as you can see. So I'm going to demonstrate to keep it quick and easy, and keep the video a little shorter. I'm going to like do one topic at a time. So let's get started. I will take the eye cream, the firming one. Actually, I should have done before my foundation, but for the sake of the video, I'm doing it right now. Close the cap and apply it under my eyes. You need a tiny amount. Pat the under eye cream well into the under eye area. Why it is necessary? Because before you apply any color corrector or concealer, it's important that the area is moisturized well. If you don't believe in eye cream, you can always use your face moisturizer as well in the eye area, but make it sure it's not mentioned in your face cream that you should not use it like under your eyes. If it's mentioned particularly, you should not use it. Otherwise, you can just use it. If there is nothing mentioned as such, you can use your facial moisturizer as well, and give some time to settle it under your eyes. So let's talk about color corrector. Today, it's all about color. Like, if you just go ahead, I mean to say that there are many guys, like, you must have tried to cover it up with a concealer, but it turns out really ashy. It happens for a reason, and the reason is the area beneath our eyes. The area beneath our under eyes, when we have dark circles, have certain amount of discolorations. It's slightly purple or brown, or sometimes it has a blackish or grayish tinge. So if you just look at the color wheel, I will just put a picture in between. So if you have purple undertone over here, like a purple tone dark circles, orange is opposite to purple. So you have to use a tiny amount of orange to color correct, to neutralize the area before you apply your skin colored corrector. If you just look at my dark circles, I can obviously go with a the concealer directly, but for the sake of video, I'm going to color correct. As you can see, I have like brown dark circles, and to neutralize the area, I'm just going to use some yellow, because yellow brightens up your under eyes. So I'm just going to use a very tiny amount of this product. The product for color correcting that I'm going to use today is the Studio Conceal and Correct Duo by MAC. This is what it looks like. It comes with a orange color corrector and a yellow color corrector. I'm going to use the yellow color corrector. You just need a very tiny amount of this. The idea is not to cover your dark circles with this. Just a single dot is enough. And right now I'm just going to take a tiny buffing brush. If I'm just looking that side, it's because my mirror is kept over there, and apply it in this section because you need color correction over here, the inner corner, not all over the area. If you are applying concealer or color corrector up to the lash line, you can just make your eyes look smaller. Pat it in, blend it really well, and give it some time to set. Since I have color corrected right now under my eyes, you can see the difference clearly, that it's looking much more better, brighter. But yeah, it's dark because to cover that we are going to use some normal concealer that matches your skin tone exactly. Yeah, if you want a brightening effect under your eyes, or if you want to use a concealer that is a shade lighter for that Kim Kardashian look, it's important to use a color corrector. It's really important, mind it. If you just go ahead, even if you don't have any dark circles and you are going under your eyes with a lighter shade, like a concealer that is way too lighter than your skin tone, it's going to look ashy and it's not going to cover it up well. It's going to emphasize it more, because a lighter shade, if there is a dark shade beneath and if you're putting a lighter shade, it's gonna like highlight the whiteness, if that completely makes sense, whiteness. So I'm just going to use a tiny bit of color corrector in the outer corner of my eyes as well. Can you just see how little product you need? Because we often have discoloration in this section here and as well as here. And don't put the color corrector in this area, because often we have lines over here, and if you just deposit too much of product in this section where you have lines, where we tend to have lines because our eyes contract, because we make certain expressions in our face, so it's naturally created like that, you can say. By the way, if you like my look today, like my eyebrows or my lips, and you want me to do a tutorial, let me know in the comment section and I will do it for you. Let your color corrector dry. Time for concealer. My color corrector has dried completely, like it has set. Just let me pat it well. You need a very tiny amount of product. And the concealer that we are going to use is my favorite concealer. It's again by MAC. It's the Pro Longwear concealer in NC42. Actually I'm NC35, but I prefer to use a shade a little bit darker. Although it's going to look a little lighter in the beginning, it's because it's going to oxidize on me. There's a concealer. It comes with a pump, and I love product that comes with a pump. Where did I get my brush? Okay, I got it. Let me warm the product a little bit on the back of my hand. For concealer, let me give you a quick tip. Don't over apply the concealer. Just apply a tiny bit in the inner corner, and then you can use your fingers or a sponge if you want, or a beauty blender. I prefer a sponge more than a beauty blender. And you can see it's going to cover it up, and just the discoloration over here. I really don't like to have a really bright under eyes like Kim Kardashian or something. I really don't enjoy that look. You can use your ring finger. Actually, I am more comfortable with my index finger. No, not index finger, my middle finger. So you can use a ring finger if you want, because if you are a newbie, I would say that the warmth of your finger will melt the product under your eyes, and you can just take the excess away with your sponge. As you can see the difference completely. Actually, I prefer a little bit of darkness over here, because if I go with the concealer up till here, my lash line, my eyes are going to look really tiny, and I don't want that. And if you are going for that thing, you have to bring back some life using a eyeshadow later on. It's hard to put on a pretty face while doing eye makeup or your under eye concealer. It's really hard. It's completely covered right now, I would say. If you want to brighten up, you can use a brightener, definitely. Circles. As you can see, I have concealed my dark circles completely. If you are satisfied with this thing, you can just go ahead and set your concealer that I am going to show how to do it. But if you want to brighten up your under eyes, you can do it as well. For that, you just need a shade that is really light as compared to your skin tone, and I'm going to take a shade. If you can see, I have this concealer. It's not that light, but if you see this concealer over here, it's really light. You can use. And yeah, one more thing, for concealer under the eyes, make it sure you're taking something that is really, liquid formulas really work well, liquid, creamy, thin formulas, because if you are using something really high coverage or anything that is made to cover blemishes, it's gonna crease and make your under eye seem really dry. Our under eye area is really dry actually. One tip, when it comes to brightening, don't start your brightener from here. Anything that is going light is going to make it come forward, and anything that is dark is going to push it back, like back I would say. So if you have under eye bags, don't use any concealer that is lighter than your skin tone. Try to use a shade that is darker, because if you have under eye bags like puffy eyes and you are using a shade lighter, you will highlight it. So don't use it. If you have puffy eye bags, try to use some ice cubes, like massage some ice cubes wrapped in a paper towel or something before you do your makeup. This will reduce the puffiness. And don't use shades that are lighter than your skin tone. That's it. It's right now my concealer has set completely, dried down, like not set, it has dried down completely, and it's time for me to set. And for setting, I'm just going to use a transparent powder. My under eyes have dried down completely, the under eye concealer. So right now it's time for me to set the concealer. But before setting, let me tell you, the under eye area is really delicate. And there are no sebaceous or oil glands beneath our under eye skin. So if you're using something that is too drying, your under eye area the concealer might crease, it might look dehydrated and dry. You don't want that. So start with a very little product, like non-drying creamy concealers that are moisturizing. If you don't want to use this concealer, if you have dry skin, this is not really a good option for you. You can use like Clinique's airbrush concealer or something else. And right now let me just go ahead and set the concealer. I'm using the Shiseido transparent powder. I'm just hitting the pan. I'm taking the brush, rolling it in the powder. So after taking the powder in the brush, tap off the excess and make it sure you don't have any crease under your eyes before you set it, because if you have any creases, you will definitely set the crease and it will last like that the whole day. Actually, this kind of tapered brush is really great for powdering the under eye area. Just don't buff your product, because don't buff your brush, because if you are going to buff it, you will move the concealer beneath your skin. Just press it in, press and roll, like press the product. In this way you will mesh the powder with the concealer, and it will just look much more beautiful, unlike buffing the product into your skin or your under eye section especially. One last step for under eye brightening. Right now I'm just going to use something. There is one more option that I want to give you guys, that is, if you forgot to highlight your under eyes after concealing and you have really oily skin, you don't want to use any other or any more concealer or corrector or any brightener, or if you want to lessen the products, what you can do, you can use a powder that is really a bit lighter than your skin tone to set the under eyes. This way, after concealing, you will brighten up the under eye area. So right now I'm just going to use Autograph powder. It's by Marks and Spencer. It's really, you can see, it's way too light as compared to my skin tone. This is the pan. I'm hitting the pan with this powder as well. Taking the powder, you need a very little product. Tap the excess off your brush and tap it under your eyes. Press it well. You can take the dry sponge that we used to. One last optional tip, what you can do is that to make it more long lasting, you can take the sponge that you have used to blend your concealer. You can just tap, you can just press it in so that the concealer and the powder meshes with each other completely and gives your skin a beautiful finish. And to make it last more long, what you can do is that you can, this again completely optional, you can use a fixing spray. I'm just going to use my beloved Smashbox Photo Primer Water. I'm just going to do a review on this product as well. It's a great product. You can use it as a primer and setting spray as well. So if you want to see that, kindly subscribe. Oh. The aroma is amazing, I would say, and I really love it. So thank you for watching me, and if you like it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe.